And
Hello.
of course, we had to start off with technical issues. I am not even going to bother to put the 3 minutes first part on YouTube. It's just going to start off like this. Hello, YouTube. The stream had already started, and my computer died. I hope it doesn't happen again for the next 3 hours. Anyway, how convenient. There are dogs barking on the streets. Everything is going down. It is the apocalypse.
Okay, I thought that was like part of the ASMR we got going on.
No, it's everything. Heaven's falling down. Anyway.
I'm gonna jinx it. At least there's no motorbike drivers.
Wow.
Wow.
You're a monster.
Wow. Amazing. So, knocking on wood, and welcome back, everyone, to Werewolf the Apocalypse, Shadows over Kempten. Let's, again, recap our chronicle so far before we continue for today. If God allows it, and the Weaver stops fucking with me for one session of this entire... I don't think there's been a single chronicle that had a single episode of this that hasn't had some sort of technical issue. It's incredible. Anyhow, we are in Black Forest, Germany. The Guru Sept of Bloodfist, a Getafenber Sept, their greatest cairn, said to have been created by mighty Fenris himself. And where in the past, in the very ancient past, the local Get stopped a Roman invasion, and that's how the Sept was founded. And our pack, our very young pack, is its newest addition, counting even with a Guru, the very first Guru to go through the first change in probably over a century at this point in this region. There is the last session's VOD for those watching live, still not up on YouTube because I forgot. So we'll do that later after the stream and publish this one right after it. It's divided in 2 parts. I was going to join it together. I forgot. So I'm just gonna post 2 parts. So far, the pack has been getting used to Guru life, trying to understand all of the traditions, all of the ways of the Guru, and what he means to fight for Gaia, to fight the apocalypse. And we already got our first taste of the dangers of the worm. The Sept is located near the fictional small little town of Kempten, who's slowly growing with each passing year, expanding and developing. It has a couple of kinfolk families important to get, and the Sept itself has been taking steps to modernize and change. The current leader of the Sept, the Grand Elder, or as the Getafenbers call, the Jarl of the Sept, Ragna, Voice of Gaia, believes more so in diplomacy than simply, well, subduing everyone else by spilling their guts. Which is still on the table, mind you. But when it comes to fellow tribes and other Guru, she believes in unity, and that the Sept will stand stronger together. After all, there are Black Spiral Dancers in the region, and there have been many raids in the past, many deaths in the past, and the Sept has grown much smaller for what it should be for a cairn of this size. So things are changing. But will it be enough to stop the apocalypse? The past couple of days, your pack has helped a fellow pack of Guru to investigate strange chain of pharmacies that seem to be commanded by this mysterious medical enterprise of sorts, an international company called Magadon that's controlling many different subsidiaries and trying to hide itself, and somehow, whoever those corporates are, they are thralls of the worm. And we're basically selling banes and bottles, which you all properly disposed of, and actually saved a poor girl's life who was being possessed by a wasting bane. That all helped you start to understand why do you have to fight, even if it's a bit unfair sometimes. The other spiritual forces of this world are just going to sit around and wait on whatever qualms you may have with this very sudden shift of perspective and paradigm. Changing either from human or animal into something more complicated. Last session, you were basically just hanging around the Sept, considering your next steps. You do know there is an assignment available that you could be of help with. An apparently simple one. You were all sitting around the heart of the Sept before the great standing stone that is the cairn proper. Sitting on benches around a fire pit, basically. It's unlit right now. It's in the early morning still. There are other Guru around going about their business, either just taking a bit of a break and getting their day started, or some already hard at work. You're talking to your fellow Mist Seekers, and apparently there was some talk about some Gargons in a part of the woods, which was a bit unusual, and sparked a little bit of concern for what could be going on with Black Forest. You were also talking about your possible assignment of driving all the way to a very small village, but really barely a village, more like a collection of small cabins and a few scattered farms, to talk with this very, very old Guru. Seems to be holding and guarding a very important artifact for the Sept, which seems like the Jarl has decided she wants it back for some reason. You don't know all the details, you're not entirely sure what this possible artifact, you would assume it's a fetish. You don't know what exactly it does, or why it's so important. But if someone else has it so far away from the Sept, with it being important, and if it is now wanted back, paired with the other things that you have heard about happening around town, could be important. There's also the matter of strange restlessness. People in Kempten have been, they have been dreaming. It just doesn't seem like they get to keep those dreams. That you're not sure what's about. With all of that taken into consideration, welcome, folks. I'm your storyteller for tonight. This is Shadow over Kempten. Let's get this rolling.
Yeehaw!
Quite literally. Are we gonna teach that dog to drive or what?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, you have declined any help from your fellow pack. As one of you put it, you just need to drive to go to an old lady's house, grab a thing. How hard could it be? So you stand at the edge of the Sept, about to leave, and the Master of Challenge seems to be representing the Elder Council right now. Speaking to you. Giving you, filling you in, giving you directions, all of that. A reminder, the Master of Challenge for the Sept is Anton Wise Assessment, a Hamid Philodox, naturally off the Get of Fenris. He's, well, convenient to our discussion before the game, he is of average height for German standards. It's not particularly tall, but I suppose
Like-
that's a matter of perspective.
5'10", 5'11", yeah.
Yeah, you know, 9 feet.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I mean, that's
No
you
majority.
guys. That's Thorson and Jakob, so you know. I guess near you two, anyone's tiny. He dresses very. He's not posh in his snobbish way, but there's a fine cut to his clothes. They are all very well patterned, very typical Slavic patterning on the clothes. He prefers dark tones, dark blues, laced with not proper gold, not true gold, but some yellow details that invoke that imagery. It is getting cold, it is autumn, and in this portion of Germany, in this region of Black Forest, there is some snow already, some days, and in some portions of the region. So people are wearing a bit more layers. Although the spiritual energy of the Sept, while you're inside it, gives this almost constant aspect of spring, as if things are always blossoming and at the peak of their life, with all the gnosis flowing and the spirits inhabiting this place and how awakened all the spirits are. It's as if it's an eternal spring in here. Some snow gathers in some places, more so outside of the out of the Sept. Black Forest is mostly foggy this time of the year. Very foggy. But it seems your plan is sticking to the roads. So Anton just basically finishes filling you in. You will be meeting elder memories of the spruce. Constance memories of the spruce. She is, although in a sense retired, incredible ritualist, one of the best this Sept has ever seen. She is currently living with, I believe it is maybe her grandniece. She's living with a kinfolk relative who's taking care of her. She opted to be a bit further away from most villages. If she wanted to rest, she wanted to be, well, left alone, I suppose. That's how she would put it. She's a strong woman despite her age. Very strong personality. Some would say a bit to deal with. You see that he's very careful to measure his words and be polite. Almost as if he is scared of implying anything rude about this woman. But at heart, she is an incredible person and a great example for the Get. She is considered a hero by her own merits. The fetish she holds is important to the Sept and its connection to the spirit of Black Forest. It was created in a time none of us could remember, He stops, he glances over at Alex. Well, most of us, I suppose, that are alive today. Your task is simple. Get in, entertain her if you will. She might, be very eager to see you leaving out of the door as quick as you've arrived, but make sure she and her kinfolk niece are doing good. I believe her name was... Keys is their family name. Veronica, I think. She's Constance's caretaker. So make sure they are safe. They have all their needs covered. Get the artifact and bring it back. And be mindful, you are carrying something incredibly important. Don't let any spirits get funny around it. Don't... Trust outsiders to a minimum. We want this to be low-key.
I have a question.
Of course. Ask away.
So Jakob's gonna rub the back of his head and ask, well, what reason does he have to trust us with that? I mean, sounds like a pretty important deal, and we're just like some guys.
Because she has been informed that we are sending a pack from the Sept to acquire it. We have verified through spirit messengers that someone will be going over to take it.
Jakob nods and says, well, I guess that makes that part easier.
Hopefully. Anything else I can be of help with before you depart?
Jakob scratches his chin and he asks, is she like knowledgeable a lot about the history of the place or just get history in general?
She's the oldest girl around and an elder Tierge. I'm sure she could answer any questions you have. Any.
Jakob is gonna offer a pair of finger guns in response. Okay, yeah, nah, sounds good.
Looks over at the others. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Grant. Well, I wish you a very pleasant trip. As always, be careful. The deeper you go into Black Forest, the crazier things can get. Part is, much further from most settlements and villages, so... Well, anything could happen. So be on your guard. And... I hope to have you back soon. And thank you for taking on this assignment. I know for most this would be seen as boring, but... it matters. I don't know if I'm at liberty of discussing the details behind this fetish and why it's so important, but it is. Very.
Well, in that case, we're gonna take your word for it.
Well, if you ever have questions about it, I'm sure you could ask the Rye Master, or if she's available, I'm sure the Jarl would honestly be quite content in chatting about it. She wants this low-key to not worry the rest of the Sept. But I like to deal with things with realism. Put all cards on the table. We want to be prepared in case anything gets dangerous. She should be fine with answering questions if you have it, and I'm sure Constance could tell you as well. I don't know if she'll be in the mood to tell you, but you could try asking. Absolutely. With that, I bid you adieu. And good luck. We'll be waiting for you.
Thank you. Shouldn't take too long, probably.
He nods and he lets you on your way back to hiking trails, back to the roads. Eventually, make your trip back to Jakob's truck.
Jakob's just gonna like swagger in, open up the door, make sure everything is in its place, and rolling down a window, look to the back and say, "So, we ready for this road trip?"
Class is going to. Oh shit! Yeah, probably in Hamid. Well, is going to step forward and say, "You offered to show me how to. What did you say? Drive this? Do you mean to drive it as in to drive something off a cliff or into a corner?"
Not really. I mean, I wouldn't be a fan if you drove it off a cliff, unless it was like extremely necessary, you know.
I don't wish to. And sort of looks sideways at Torsten before continuing onward and says, "I don't wish to learn how to become human or use your things, but I do wish to know it is important to me to, well, to not be scared of something such as this. So, would you teach me how to kill it?"
Yeah, sure. That sounds doable. Jakob says, looking over at the car. I mean, depends how exactly your definition of dead is for something that doesn't really have a heartbeat.
Well, Alex, why don't you roll a cold for me with intelligence?
Alex is definitely a little bit anxious about this whole thing. Oh god. Standard?
Yep. Three successes. So, when you hear that, something tickles in your brain a little bit, because it's a bit of an actually moment for you, because, well, your definition of living is a bit less organic. Because you were a theurge and you know that life lies within the spirit. And everything has a spirit. And from what Helena has taught you, you would know that even this truck has a spirit that could be awakened. Very likely dormant as of now, but it could be awakened. If only you knew that right. But technically, if you could awaken the truck spirit, it would be very much alive. You could even communicate with it. Given what happened to this truck at this point, it's very much a sleeping spirit. It's been through some rough times, but it could be awakened.
I think.
Oh, see, I feel like I can relate to the truck.
Can't we all?
Oh, yeah. Not that it would be more killable or anything, but I feel like this vehicle could have a fairly potent spirit in it if we were to awaken it. But I'm certainly not within my limits to do that just yet. But it would be possible, and it would be probably very powerful if we did.
Jakob's eyes grow wide, and he's gonna like look at the truck and look back at Alex and say, "So, like that weird thing we fought in the Umbra?"
In a way, less like that and more like a way for us to make better use of the things that you might consider inanimate in forging more powerful connections and stronger uses out of. Kind of like what Torsten does with Bat. But this would be with a fairly large and heavy vehicle. I mean, I'm sure that you know more than anybody the things that this vehicle has gone through. Stories like that build a lot of spiritual energy over time.
So what you're saying is that if I wake this truck spirit, I can have a conversation with it.
Of a sort, yes.
Fucking nice.
I would.
Klaus pipes up and says, "Yes, everything has a spirit. The rocks, the plants, the trees, the river. I have awakened one once. The plants, if they are friendly, they will help you. They are not, well, then it can get tricky. But I am more talking the mundane. When you hunt a deer, you may rip at its back, its muscles, its tendons. You may grab at its neck, spill its blood. What is this thing's blood, Jakob? Where are its legs?
Jakob thinks on that a bit, and then he jumps out of the vehicle and like lifts the hood from basically lifts the hood from the truck, and there Klaus can see a wild tangle of, well, basically the engine, all the fucking gas, the Alex, Van, help me out here. I don't know how cars work.
Are you getting under the engine bay?
Yeah, I want to I want to show Klaus where the engine is.
Yeah. So for a vehicle like that, the hood would swing forward actually, and exposing a cluster of steel pipes and bricks of different metals and plastics and wires and cables and tubes and all sorts of complicated nest of things plugging into other things, going deeper into the bowels of the truck to make it go and to ventilate all of its exhaust. I think the thing that would stand out the most probably would be the engine block itself. Would be an array of moving pistons with, thick steel plates that probably weigh hundreds, if not maybe 1,000 pounds for a vehicle that size. That would be sort of the beating heart equivalent to this vehicle.
Klaus nods
Okay.
as it's being explained.
Mm-hmm.
Says, "Thank you. I will remember this. For now, I will follow along on foot. I'll be close."
And you won't be alone. I made you a promise, remember?
A sort of look of annoyance flashes across Klaus's face. It says, "Yes, you did."
And as you're all saying that, there are very small click-clacks on metal, and eventually a very high-pitched, slightly gravely voice say, "Oh, where are we headed?" And as you look up, there is a raven on the roof of the truck.
Jakob looks up and says, what are you doing there, little buddy?"
Wanted to see what you were up to.
What?
You left the inn, and you have this nice thing, and does another little tip tap with its little fitzies on the hoof of the truck. Never been in one of those. Seems a bit pointless.
Well, we can't all fly.
Nah, you can. Some of you can fly, I heard. Well, in the Umbra. I think it was Zao's children.
Well, it's not us, so we gotta drive. Or walk.
Right, you could run.
But right.
You run pretty fast.
Yeah, you do. I mean, then kind of looks around, like, conspiratorially, like, you want us to run? Do you not like cars? I know you don't like money.
It tilts its head towards you. Oh, I love shiny things.
Well, you don't want to.
You do realize this raven is physical.
Yeah, I was about to like,
Oh.
is this
this is Romana.
raven
This
spirit or
this
a
is-
raven?
This
Like
is
a
100% this is 100% Romana.
Yeah.
Torsten
I was
doesn't
gonna
know
say.
that. You know that.
Oh, I pinned
What is-
something by accident. Ah, I misclicked.
Every-
How do I unpin?
I-
No, I unpin.
Huh?
It's fine. Anyway, sorry.
Torsten will keep confusing the two forever. It's important to me.
Love that for him.
I don't know if she realizes that, but she, even then, is doing it on purpose. Even if she doesn't know, because that's who she is. That's what she's about. You guys planning
So
on
in a
going far or
roundabout way,
something?
Torsten is right. I love that. Oh, sorry, what'd you say?
You guys going away or something? What you up to this time? More pharmacy raids?
No, we're visiting an old lady.
Oh. There's a pause and interesting. Clearly an interest. Clearly lost interest. Why?
Pretty boring.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I mean, I'm sure it's important wolf business. Usually is. To you, I guess.
Well, Jakob's probably just gonna like shrug and say, "Oh well, like she's been out in the country for a while, so maybe she needs a visitor."
Yeah, that makes sense. Some of you just like to be away in your... Well, away, I guess. Guess when you get old, you don't like people much.
Is that true?
I don't know. Seems like it. You old wolves get very grumpy. There are really no older Korax. I'm not sure.
Alex is having a conflict internally about like Helena not like people. I
Oh,
thought that
honey.
Helena liked people.
Oh, honey.
It's like Helena likes me. Does Helena not like me?
I think that
The
Helena
unexpected.
likes people. There's just a visible crisis on his face that he's doing his best to feel and is not at all.
Well,
You okay there, buddy?
I thought that you liked people more the older you got. I mean, that's been the way that it's been for me, but
wolves can get a bit grumpy, I guess.
what do they have to be grumpy about?
Well, well,
The body,
They're-
mostly.
If their body hurts and their teeth falls out and they can't piss.
Or they can't stop it.
There's ways to heal. There's ways to fix that.
Or they can't stop.
really, I was about to
There's ways
say
to
I
fix
heard
that.
wolves piss all the time, especially when they get older. Well, not just wolves. I think the humans do that too. Something about pissing. It's always pissing with you wolves.
I have also noticed that.
Their body breaks down.
Well, I mean, you're Guru. Your body's a bit different. You also have all the rage thing going. Well, we all have rage going on for us, but you know, the rage thing. You have a history for being more pissed off about things than
Yeah. There's a very good one. I like that one a lot.
She tilts her head. You like being pissed?
I thought you made a joke because like piss and being pissed off.
Oh,
I just thought you made a really good joke. Sorry.
well, thank you. I think.
Yeah. Well, we go visit an old lady. It's not gonna be that interesting.
Well, I'll be
I
flying
think.
around. You guys should always be mindful. Going to the well, this is already the countryside, I guess. How much more countryside does countryside get? Why do humans keep making up those things? It doesn't make sense. It's woods, just has less people. And then animals get a bit more comfortable, which I guess also makes sense for spirits. Sometimes I play tricks. Sometimes I play tricks on them.
On the spirits?
Yeah,
What do you do?
depends on the spirit. Depends on depends on how courageous we are feeling. I've heard one of my flockmates call it stupidity. I don't know if there's a difference.
No, it's pretty much the same in my opinion.
I mean, it's pretty simple. You kind of play some pranks on the spirit, and you try to run. Sometimes
Yeah.
things break down a little bit. They have some weird powers. It's fun. Like mysteries, though.
That sounds about right for most spirits.
Anyway, I won't be taking...
I can see why spirits would get grumpy if you're playing pranks on them all the time.
They're just silly. Well, I won't be taking much of your time anymore. I'll let you go about whatever it is with the old lady. I'll be flying around. Just give it a good howl. I don't think I can help with much if it gets physical, but I'll be around.
That's nice.
Yeah. Probably not gonna beat up an old woman though.
No, if anything, we're gonna get beat up by an old woman.
Probably.
Yeah, that tracks.
That is one thing that I know for sure about old people, is that they're much better at fighting than young people are.
Oh yeah. That's definitely true. Well, I guess it is the older people running your Sept.
Exactly.
Old Koraks just talk, so I've heard.
Hmm.
I mean, we don't have Septs, so, leadership is kind of, bit of a loose term. Anyway, I'll be flapping my wings about. You, do your thing. Enjoy your little... And she taps her feetsies again on the truck. Enjoy your little ride thing. I'll be keeping an eye.
Thanks, Romana.
Oh.
You're welcome, I think. She just flies away. Every interaction Romana and Torsten have, there's less brain cells involved, and it already started at 0, so that is interesting.
I love this woman for being like, well, I have opinions, and there are people who have to listen if I sit close to them, so...
Yep.
Just love coming over being like,
So
by the way,
it's
that's
less so an opinion and more so she has thoughts. They don't last for very long, so she needs to get it out there.
It's beautiful.
Yep.
I love that, like, it's pretty much, we made a joke about it, about accidental jokes, and then Romana says this and Taurus said it, like, especially before the session we were saying how I tend to make accidental jokes that Viri laughs at, and then the same happens between Romana and Taurus.
Still fully believes
iconic, really.
he talked to Raven until...
Name a more iconic duo.
One
No
of
way.
these times, Thorsten is going to get confident. It's going to be Raven, and Thorsten is going to engage in tomfoolery, and Raven is going to be like, "What the fuck?
What did you do to him?
What is up with this one?"
It's on brand though. Like,
It is on
Oh, yeah.
brand.
To be fair, Raven is not that less silly, so I think it tracks regardless.
Yeah, I was
It
gonna
is a
say
very fair
we are
confusion.
just a bunch of silly little guys being shepherded around by a very silly guy.
And I mean, besides Ramona literally having the concept of being a nosy brat, you guys have Raven as patron, so the Korax just are interested in you. You are
Exactly.
the only pack with Raven, so... And not a single one of you is Gat, which tends to mean you are easier to deal with.
True.
Well, Klaus is a
I
right
did for a second think you were gonna say not a single one of you is gay, and I was like, that's
That would be
completely
a lie.
false.
That would be a
Demonstrably
lie.
false.
That's an objective
Well-
mistruth.
Anyhow, are we driving? Is the dog driving or are the dogs running?
I'm going
The
myself.
four legs are
Or I-
running.
myself. Me. I am leaving.
Oh yeah, I know, you have to leave. Just
I was just like,
Oh,
oh
right.
wait, I really should clarify. Yes. Anyway, I'm going to go because I must rest before I take care of children.
oh.
Oh, goody.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it
alrighty.
was a different kind of headache. That's
no,
the worst
I
one.
I need to rest before I deal with the headache so that I don't get a different kind of headache, you know?
Yeah, basically, yeah. You are absolutely right. Well, that's fine.
Okay. Farewell. I am looking forward to being there for a full session next time.
No worries.
Yay!
You take care. You rest a lot.
Yay.
You still need to take care of your health. We'll be back
Yay.
again next week. Bye bye.
Farewell.
Bye.
Doodles.
My question stands though, since Klaus will be running anyway, and it seems that Alexander implied that he'll be running along. Are the
Correct.
two Homids going to join
Well,
and actually be wolves for once?
Thorsten has been in Lupus this whole time, very much prepared to walk since Klaus wanted to drive. Now that Klaus is walking, he would probably, like, if Jakob goes to his truck, he would probably join
Oh
in the
yeah,
truck.
you're
If Jakob also walks, then I guess we're all walking.
You are still being baby. I should show the stream. If this works. No, I wanna show I wanna show the stream.
What are you showing?
Torsten as a lupus.
Oh, my
Oh,
little,
yeah.
little sketch. Yeah.
Little baby.
Little baby man. Oh, this is big. Hello.
Big baby man.
This is
Oh,
Torsten
large
right
baby
now.
man.
This is our baby boy.
Love
Now
him.
his beautiful glory.
Wait,
Alright.
hold up. I closed the Twitch. Let me just watch that.
I mean,
You
it's
also
the one
need
it's
to.
supposed
you
to.
don't mind.
Sweet baby angel. Precious little man. I love that he still
Oh my
has a mullet.
fucking god.
I love that he still has a mullet in wolf form. I just love that.
I know.
It is. I don't know how he got it. He might have asked Moritz for it and then used spray paint for the hair. We need to look a certain way, or we'll die.
we need to look. We need to appreciate. Alright, so all of those who desire do change to your preferred lupine form, be it lupus or hispo, should be fine as long as you avoid main roads. Although if a car hits you, it'd be doing more damage to the car than you, but you know.
I was going to say.
So long as you don't shift to Krynos, you shouldn't really have to worry about the Veil, although technically we're still at a time where wolves in Black Forest are more of rumor sightings and matter of investigation by competent organizations related to such. So, you know.
And bears are simply not present.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Alexander being seen would definitely raise eyebrows. Wolves, yeah.
That would dysregulate a few people.
Well, people would assume, like, well, some zoo is in trouble.
Yeah. Or a circus or something like that.
Or a circus. It's still 86, so... Still, should be fine. Besides, the longer you go, the farther you go, the less like settled things are. There'll be less people to be raising eyebrows at that. So
Yeah.
let's see how that goes. I want all of you to make an extended test of athletics and stamina, since you'll be running a long distance for a long time.
I will not because I'm driving.
Oh, so fuck your peg
Vroom,
mates,
vroom,
I
beep, beep,
guess.
motherfucker. That's cool, we got Wi-Fi.
True.
I will keep my gifts and my vibes for myself then and just curl up in the peppy bed in the back of the truck.
So only Alexander needs to roll. Let's see if you make it
And
in
It's
time.
fine to
technically-
corpse on the
yeah,
trail.
he's chilling.
Nice.
Technically, Klaus also needs to.
Yeah, but you
But-
know.
Yeah.
But they're not in the scene.
I mean,
First-
between succeeding more than I needed to and also having, what is it? Helper? What is the fucking thing called?
What?
Supporter.
Supporter. Yes. Klaus will be.
Yeah, pretty much. Four success is already a good start. You almost covered all you needed in a single roll. That would have been impressive. Do another one.
Yes. I mean, I'm rolling 9 dice.
You are.
Yay.
I got more this time.
You have 9 successes total. You make it before the truck.
I was gonna say, is I probably beat them.
Running is not a problem. You're not even winded. I mean, have you seen how fast bears run? Like, wolves run, but bears run.
Bears fucking go. Crazy.
Okay.
I love how there's still some people still have that belief of like, oh, escape a bear by climbing a tree. Have you seen
No.
the fucking thing climbing a tree?
Escape
It's
a bear by being
terrifying.
incredibly lucky. Honestly.
Escape a bear by not going in the woods.
I was about to
Yeah.
say,
Stay inside.
stay the fuck
Don't
inside.
go outside.
You're not
want-
escaping.
I want you to know 9 successes just activated mine, and in that, based on that, also Torsten's competitive spirit. You will be raised to the. You will be raised
Oh my god.
You know what? Absolutely fair. Do that.
on the way back.
Okay,
But I'm chill.
fair.
That?
All right, Alex, you make it before the fucking truck. You needed 5 successes to total to cover that whole distance without it being like major problem for you or taking too long.
Mhm.
You did record time, really. Should be about a 5-hour trip. Well, 3-hour trip actually. Probably did it in 2, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You're a bit tired, but you're still good. No major penalties there. You're
Yeah.
when you change forms, you're going to regenerate quickly. It's fine.
Exactly. Since I got there first, I would like to do a quick peeking sideways just to survey the spiritual land.
Very smart of you. You can either spend gnosis or roll it at a difficulty of 5. 5?
That is
No, 4. Sorry, it's a very
Is that-
rural area.
Is that rituals or is that a cult?
Gnosis.
Oh, just knows it. 5? God damn, Alex is on some shit right now.
For once, we have a session where we're rolling well. Let's see how long that lasts.
I'm not almost waking up Hector's mom in the middle of the night.
Yeah, there's that. That happened. Yeah, that was a thing. Well,
Anyhow,
you peek sideways, no problem. Your eyes glaze over. They focus beyond the gauntlet. The world around you starts shifting. It grays out for a moment before sparking up with color. Much brighter, wilder colors. Green is green, blue is blues of the skies. Bright sun. Well, less bright now that it's fall. It's a beautiful scenery. Nature feels very much alive. There's, like I said, very few farms and houses in this area. It's a bit ways away from proper villages and settlements. So the lack of human presence means the wild is very much alive here. Everything is more intense. It's the double what the forest already is. The forest itself, in the background, just extends. The trees go taller than ever. A very thick fog covers everything, almost pouring out from the woods surrounding them. There are, of course, you could spot a few spirits, like natural spirits. Maybe some planned ones, maybe there's a bird spirit flying around. It's not very busy. Are you looking for anything particular, or just taking a gander?
mostly just taking a gander. Mostly just looking for anything that might be potentially hazardous, or anything that might give a potential advantage in the acquisition of this fetish that we're after here.
Nothing too particular that you can spot just by taking a quick peek around, so far what you would expect. The penumbra is intense, it is alive, it is vivid. There's probably a plethora of spirits that you could find. You also guess that you're closer to the forest right now, you're closer to the actual house that you have to visit. But you would assume that there's even more spirits about the forest and that they get even more active during the night when the humans go to sleep. It feels very, it's like out of time. The houses have almost no reflection in the umbra. Faint constructions and structures. Those are very old homes, of course. Enough time of them being there. Though you see that nature fuses with those structures, and like dry herbs that might have been inside the homes or small gardens are just blossomed out as if it's full spring. The dry herbs are alive again. It seems to be an area that's more in touch with nature, where even those few structures aren't completely taken over, and instead just become one with the environment. Nothing out of the ordinary, though. It's theoretically what it should be.
I think that with a fairly things as it should be perspective, I think that Alex, I guess, looks back into the material plane and waits, sits at the entrance road or whatever path that leads to this place, and like waits patiently with Klaus.
Since you are basically going to wait like about an hour for them, you could take this time to meditate and regain your gnosis if you wanted to.
Yeah,
You'd have time for that.
I think so. Yeah, I'll take that. Thank you very much.
And shortly after, the truck arrives.
Where?
Sorry, that sigh just makes me think Torsten went for a quick nap there.
fully
Well,
Torsten.
beat the drill up for them.
Torsten
Mhm.
fully slapped in the back if he could.
Nice. I mean, yeah. Jakob drives like a sane person.
I wasn't
And-
sure, to be fair.
I don't think that would wake Torsten.
Let's just say, yeah, like for now, Jakob just like stops the car and like looks back and says, "Well, you slept quite well."
And just like the big, like giant dog wolf hand to the front. For completely fucking. You know when you sleep on your side and your hair does this beautiful thing where it just is flat on the side and sticks in
Yeah.
all directions?
Yeah, I love that. I love
Just
that.
gives you a little nudge. It's like
Yeah.
I am getting used to the wolf form. Comfort should be a part of that.
Truer words have never been spoken.
But it should probably be a human when we get out, huh? Because there's some people living here.
I mean, shit. I guess. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Torsten will revert to Homit. Just to be sure.
Yeah, that would be wise.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's too late now, but I didn't clarify that Alex would
I'm
shift
not
to
gonna.
Hamid, so he's just
gonna,
Ian Ursus just chilling.
I wouldn't.
That's a
I
giant
wouldn't.
boundary.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would trust that Alexander would have the common sense to do that, even if he forgot to.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get caught up on those specifics.
I mean, to be fair, we are just visiting an elder guru, so it shouldn't be that big a deal.
I mean, there's still other farms and stuff around, and
okay.
cars passing through for roads.
I guess that's
Just-
fair.
This
I
person
guess
tractor.
it's more populated than I gave it credit for.
And it's still not too late in the day. You would be around 2-something p.m. by the time you guys make it, so that could be. There's definitely people working out in their fields right now. People tending to gardens. Houses are definitely spread out. Like I said, it's very rural. But there is always a risk of ordinary people, seeing what they shouldn't.
And then they get mad, and we get kicked out.
Or something.
Yeah.
So you guys rendezvous.
Hello. Did you have to wait for long? We lost you after like the first 500 meters.
Like 30, 45 minutes or something.
Dang.
I just kind of daydreamed off.
Did we drive for that long? I slept for most of it.
Jakob just goes, "That was a nice run, buddy."
It feels good to stretch my legs every now and then.
Well, do we know which house it is exactly?
Yes. Give you all the directions.
Well, Torsten forgot.
Well, yeah. One of them knows. One of you know.
It was
But yeah,
a
no,
leading yeah, there was a leading question to change the scene into us walking towards the house.
No, yeah, you do know where the house is, and you do approach it. Quaint little cottage. Not too big. Seems to have a very nice little garden going in the back. There's some beautiful plants decorating the front, and there are two people at the front talking. From afar, you see a man and a woman, And the closer you get, the more details you start making out of them. The guy, again, average height, take that. However, considering, he's tallish, he's more towards average, but he's a bit tall. He's wearing mostly black, leather jacket, some sturdy pants and boots. Good for walking around the woods and hiking and all of that. Short, slick black hair. He, at first glance, seems to be pretty handsome. Square face, very wide jaw. Bit of a stubble, not to do, let's put it that way. The girl seems a little bit more, gentler, a little more soft in a sense. She's petite, she's a bit short, she has long auburn hair going down. Very pale. She's wearing a simple white dress, and they seem to be chatting very casually, and they notice you approaching. They both seem surprised in different ways. She has a more positive, like, oh, good afternoon, hello. The guy
Hello.
just frowns a bit, tilts his head, but does smile politely towards you. Could I? The girl speaks up. She is standing right at the door, by the way, and she looks like she came just from inside the house, and the guy's standing in front of her as if he was stopping by or visiting or just asking for something. But the girl speaks up, like, hello, good evening. Can I help you?
Looks to the others.
Jakob's just gonna like raise his cap and say, yeah, are you? ST, correct me if I'm wrong. The kinfolk's name was Vanessa?
Veronica.
Or Veronica? Okay, cool. It would have been so awkward if I just said Vanessa instead. But yeah, Jakob's just like, hey, are you Veronica by any chance?
Yeah, sure am.
You know, me and my buddies passed by to, well, give your grandma a visit.
Oh, right. Yes. She was telling me about it. You're, well, not, she turns to the men in front of her. I suppose not the same, but you're from the Sept. Yes. You came, no, she didn't explain much, but she did say you'd be coming to get something. She kind of turns to the guy and points between your group and the guy. You guys together?
Do we know the guy?
Nope.
No, I don't think it's been made apparent that we know this person.
And the man on cue, I already forgot his name. Let me get it again. Where the fuck is his? Here.
Let's go.
Oh, that. Yep, that was that. Right. Yeah. No. I mean, yes and no. We don't. We're not from the same Sept. We don't. We're unacquainted. But in a sense, I suppose we are all together in this, aren't we? Veta. The name is Veta. Backstabs the worm. I'm from a different Sept. One that is, well, as close as anything is from this place. About 2 hours away from here. You know, near that old quaint little village. You know, the smaller Sept, the one that we were trying to awaken the cairn.
Yeah.
I suppose you're also here for the safekeeping of the fetish. Yes? That Elder Constance is keeping.
Yeah.
Pretty much, sure.
Yep.
I see.
Get a vibe check on this guy. It's not that he's outwardly suspicious, but I also want to get like a general vibe check on him.
Man, thank you. We have been told to be
That's-
suspicious of outsiders, but I trust every human I meet at this point. Thank you for doing this.
Absolutely.
He
you
literally
can.
said he's a backstabber, so I'm like,
Well, the worm.
Of the world.
There's just a man in a leather jacket like, oh yeah, I'm here for the same thing as you are, of course.
not to say that cheaters are cheaters, but cheaters are cheaters.
Oh,
Eh.
interesting.
I'm
You
just
are
saying that Alex
you
would
are
be
gillable.
cautious.
You are gillable.
Are you
Is
also
he?
gullible?
Oh, shit.
Alexander has the gillable flaw.
Yeah, me too. Jakob, vibe check,
Well-
please.
Never mind.
I mean, you can both roll if you want. Like, any of you can roll if you want, but, like, you can still do an empathy and wits roll with your observant specialty. Still -3 dice, though. If this guy is hiding something, you would have a harder time of telling. If he isn't, well, you wouldn't know either way. You wouldn't know.
You said empathy wits,
Yeah, with your specialty. Any
but
three
minus,
of you,
but -3.
but minus
right?
3, yeah. But any three of you can do that. If well, you're individually vibe checking, I guess.
Yeah, we are individually vibe checking.
Okay.
Okay.
You gotta be shitting me.
That is surprising. That is absolute. That is surprising.
It's just in a bonus I put
We
-3, right?
Sorry.
Christ.
No worries. Let's see if I can also join this fun.
Oh my
well,
lord.
Oh my fucking god! You don't have any
Wow.
specialties that fit, do you? You have
I do not.
shrewd. I don't think shrewd.
No, I have good wits and good empathy.
No, yeah, because if there was a specialty, that would be 6. Well, let's.
Holy shit! The triple 10. Wow.
Fucking Christ.
Let's see though.
What is even that? Hmm.
Can
Listen,
I
Lee,
ask?
you could have said that the gullible ones couldn't roll. You gave us this option.
You are very much misunderstanding this hum. I just am curious for both Florson and Alexander, who both have 3 successes. This is wild to me. Like, is this vibe check instinctual? Or are you actively looking for something? Are you trying to hide that you're looking for something? What's the intention there? How are you vibe checking?
I think he's checking for like body language and
Not in what you're looking for, and more so what you're transpiring at your as you're doing it. If you're not trying to transpire anything.
oh, I see. I don't think he's being inherently deceitful in the fact that he's kind of sussing this guy out,
I see.
kind of
I
measuring
see.
him up a little bit.
Yeah, same. It is. If he is actually one of us, he should absolutely understand that we are suspicious of a person we don't know.
I wanted to offer you the possibility of succeeding at a cost, but I don't know what that cost would be. So I guess.
I mean, Jakob can suss out. This is not a group check, and Jakob did not succeed. Is that the situation?
I mean, he got the least successes.
Did you remember the fact that if we do this together, you should get +2 from us being supporters?
You're not
We're
helping
doing it
each
individually,
other.
though.
You're not helping each other. Because they're not
We're
talking.
talking.
You're not talking between
We're-
yourselves. You're just looking at this guy and getting a vibe.
Okay.
It's not an active group effort. So what I'll say is, for Torsten and Alexander, there's something missing, but you don't have any reason to believe he's lying.
Okay.
Seems legit enough.
Well, it's very nice to meet you. What was the name?
Werther. Werther backstabs the worm.
Can you spell that for me? It's an interesting name.
Why do you hate me? Werther.
Oh, yeah. That makes more sense to me. Okay. Well, yeah. It is very German, and it's just fun to hear like Germanish names, not Germany pronounced. It's like Werther. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Stop being rude. Just stop being rude to me. That's so shady. So shady.
Why bully?
Wow.
Why bully?
Wow.
Am I a bully? I didn't mean to bully. I'm sorry. I was so confused about the
I
name.
see how that is. I see that. I also will say, will remind you that whenever the situation feels a bit tight with your rolls, you do have willpower.
This is true.
Just string that out there. Anyhow.
Well, it is very, very nice to meet you, Werther. She just, we just here pick something up and leave again.
Oh
Is
yes,
all.
absolutely yes. I'm. If you don't mind, me joining up for the time being.
Oh my
God,
Never hurts to have extra muscle, don't you agree? Besides, those woods have been very tricky lately.
Oh, no worries. We have a car, and we are very much adept at protecting ourselves.
Oh, I am sure of it. I mean, you're from the Sept of Bloodfist. You have to be.
Yeah.
And what
Wait,
sept
what
did
is?
you say they were from again?
Yeah, what's your Sept deal? We don't really know our neighbors, I guess.
Oh yeah, we're in near that small village. It's a small village near Wolfhack. Or Wolfhatch, or Wolf whatever, Viri. Do you have any input? It will be better.
I don't
from
know how
now
to
on.
write it. Please, you can.
Is it like Wolfach?
I don't know. I don't know. It is a real city. Wolfhack is actually a real city, though. Well, town.
I will look.
It is actually
Is
an
this
actual.
ringing any bells with any of the other transplants that we know about that are in the Sept? Like the one that comes to mind specifically is the
Transplants.
yeah. The one that's coming to mind specifically is the Night Lords. It's Night Lords, right?
Shadow Lords.
Shadow Lords.
Yeah.
Fuck. Damn it. So Warhammer pilled.
I was just about to say. Not wrong though.
Once again, I know Warhammer. I don't know.
Night Lords are also the edgy boys in Warhammer. One of the edgy boys.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, is this ringing any bells as far as like the other septs that like Hugin may have spoken about?
I mean, Huygens was in Huygens is in Romania, but you can absolutely do either. Well, in your case, not either. You can do occult and intelligence to see if you know about this. Anyone has talked about this. Can easily verify the information. 2 is enough. You have heard that indeed there is another sept in the region. Very, very, very small sept. Well, I say sept. Long time ago, few years back, a pack uncovered a site around this region, 2 hours away from here, as he described, or 5 hours from your sept.
Mhm.
where there was a dormant and forgotten cairn that could probably be revived and given the distance, and that it would take a bit of time to build the dormant cairn up to enough strength to build a proper moon bridge. It was agreed upon that the pack that found it, they built a pseudo sept around it in a sense to try and focus their work on reviving this cairn and bringing life to it and protecting it so that other forces in the region, namely the Black Spiral Dancers, don't transform it in a hive. So it's not a sept like your own. They have definitely gotten more members, but that could be like another pack, maybe 2 at most. So there's not even a dozen people there. There's very few.
Okay.
You don't know specific people that live in this other sept. You know that they seem to be also protecting a village that's full of kinfolk. Not necessarily know that they are kinfolk, but it's very remote. It's very out there, and they're mostly just, well, doing the kind of boring work of boring to some like me would be very exciting work of raising a cairn, and it should be awakened by now. So it kind of checks out. You have heard about this. You know, we just knew. Just want to make sure such a prestigious elder has all the protection she needs, and after all, it's such an important artifact. So, should be watchful. These woods have been dangerous. Well, always have been dangerous.
Well, what sort of protection do you think she needs?
I don't know. Hopefully none, but anything could happen. There might still be hives hiding out in the woods. And always the odd bane. Some spirits are just tricksters like that, though I suppose an elder tiered shouldn't have much problems with spirits.
It's also not that we're here to protect her. Like, if you want to do that, be our guest. Probably ask her if you can be her guest, but like...
Well, my, Sept just thought they, could spare one to, give extra support, just in case.
It's nice, I guess.
Yes.
Well, you have fun with that. We're gonna leave soon.
Well, I see. And Veronica, looking between all of you, so, she kind of steps to the side. Everyone, welcome in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Push us forward.
Veta also comes
Alex is
along
second.
inside. All of you are in. She closes the door. If you wouldn't mind, I'll go check in on Grandma and make sure she's awake. Could I have you some tea while you wait?
I'd take some tea.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Oh,
Some
please.
tea would be great, actually, yeah.
Very considerate.
Oh, please, not a problem at all. If you'll excuse me, she just very quickly stops by the kitchen. Seems there was already some tea in the making. She quickly comes over with all the needed amount of cups. She serves you all, pours you hot steaming herbal tea, and walks off, excuses herself to her, which was to her grandmother's bedroom, check in on her. So, how have things been on the Sept? Don't think we've had any recent exchanges. Well, not a lot of messengers around, I suppose.
So we're the we're the newbies. I think we're kind of wrong people to ask.
Oh, really?
Seems
Why?
Well, we're pretty fresh inductees, if you would.
yeah.
Oh,
so,
I see.
the busy work, but if there's anything interesting going on, we probably wouldn't know. It's kind of boring.
Well, what can I say? I mean, I don't suppose I'm as fresh, but I mean, isn't this also busy work? Someone has to do it, you know? And as I like to say, well, it might be busy work, but someone else could have gotten it wrong.
That's fair. Also, to be honest, don't mind being busy. Like, it's better than being bored.
Oh, absolutely.
Also, it's, I guess, nice to get to see more of the region. Still kind of getting used to
Make
all
connections with other Septs too.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
always
yeah.
important. I hear there was a few months back, managed to establish a moon bridge. Very weak one, but it's since the cairns are closing off. That should facilitate more contact, I hope.
That would be preferred, yes.
Well, yeah,
We could use
pretty
all the
quick.
allies we can get our hands on.
Absolutely. And you probably also need enough support. You're probably the more interesting target.
Well, yeah, I suppose we are. I mean, small cairn in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't seem like any possible enemies have taken notice of us. I mean, we all have been very hush-hush about this cairn. We hope the Black Spyros haven't noticed a thing, but it's inevitable. It's a lot of wild energy and gnosis being poured into the air. Spirits are definitely taking notice and surrounding us. It's inevitable that they will eventually become aware of it, and we are sure to prepare, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, your
Are there
Sept has
lots of them in
survived.
the area?
Well, there's been
sorry.
raids. There's been raids before. Mainly to your Sept. You survived quite a few, but I suppose that's before either of our times. So I was also not around for any previous raids. I think it's been a year or two since the last one. I would like to think that means they took good enough of a beating. Maybe they just quieted down. They're afraid. Maybe we did manage to kill them all off, but I don't like
Is it?
ever being too sure.
Not to be contrived, but is it possible for Black Spiral dancers to be afraid? Isn't that like the whole thing?
Well, you raise a very good point. I don't think fear really is much of a concept. But then again, was it ever to the Ghetto Fenris either?
Fair enough. I really wouldn't know. All of this is still fresh for me, so.
Seems like it. What tribe are you?
Well, that's, I guess, complicated, but not very. I think that he just kind of like partial shifts a hand into a bear paw instead of like.
Partially shifting is harder than. You do know partial shifting is harder than just speaking, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you. I just want to point out that it's funny.
Yeah, it's a choice.
And he seems legitimately surprised. His eyes go wide. Oh, are you, did you come from overseas? Where'd you come all this
Uh,
way?
No, actually, as far as I'm aware, the only one that's changed a long, long time.
Yeah, the person all bad. I mean, sorry, sound a bit rude of me. I'm very surprised. Didn't hear about new werebears around here. Heard only, they only came back, in America or something. Huh, very
What's
fascinating.
That's the second time that somebody said America, and I still don't know what that is.
Oh, and Ursine born. Interesting. I see.
Yeah.
You are all a very interesting bunch. And as he says so, you start hearing a tap 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 on the window. And when
Oh.
you turn to look at it, we're gonna take our break.
Ah.
Because I'm a cunt.
Yes. Yes, you are.
We
But we love you.
Gotta
are
love some
gonna take
anticipation.
We are gonna take 10 and we will be right back to see how this all unfolds. See you in a bit.
Let's go.
Hello, we're back.
Oh.
We're doing it.
You
Let's
didn't
go.
count us
Doing it
in
right
this
now.
time.
I did and I forgot. I forgot.
I forgot.
I forgot. Hello, we're back. I forgot to count, but we are back. So,
Oh.
you hear a little tap tap on the window.
Yeah.
Wonder what could be.
I mean, I'm assuming it's remote.
It is. There is a raven in
Yay!
the window.
Nice.
I knew it wasn't us. I knew that the whole time.
I was pissing myself. I was so scared.
Well, that
I
had
mean-
more to do with the liter and a half of
I
fluids
mean,
you've been drinking over
yeah.
the course of the session.
Well,
I was gonna say this has more to do with the fact that this game is cursed with pissing in general, so also that.
we'll all come out of here with a piss king, and it's okay.
No.
No. Sorry. Can't say that I
Wow.
will.
God. Luck, but you. This doesn't need to be discussed. I'm sorry. There's actually Ramona outside the window. Romana,
Yeah.
can we please continue gaming? I don't want to be here anymore.
and
Sure, I just needed a moment, okay?
well, well.
Anyway, Jakob is going to move his body towards the window to see what this strange tapping is.
Well, there you can all see the little corvid at the window, and when you open it, she gawks at you. Does a little jump forward. You got up. Hello. And she jumps up to your shoulder.
Oh, hey, girl. You've been flying out all this time?
Oh yeah. That guy's coming. Was still flying around the region, seeing what's happening. Nothing much. There are some cows. I like cows.
Cows are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've only seen them a couple times, though.
Hey, we can go.
Actually, I think this may have been the first time I've ever seen cows.
Hey, we can go see cows together, Alexander. Hey, have you ever cow tipped?
That seems rude.
It's funny.
I always wanted to.
Let's do it.
Not now. We have to do like business stuff.
Hey, who is this? She tilts her head towards the
It's Werther.
hello, lots of other era here today. Well, I suppose the ravens are everywhere around these parts. Nice to meet you.
Just a guru from a different Sept.
I see. And before anything else can be said, you hear a door creaking. Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt, but Grandma Constance is ready to see you.
Nice.
Jakob's gonna look up at the bird and say, "Oh, by the way, friend of ours decided to pop in. Not sure how much your grandma likes uninvited guests."
She opens her mouth, she looks around the room, she closes her mouth.
Well,
If you, don't worry about that, just... I don't think there's a scenario where she is pleased anyway, so it doesn't really...
Is she cross to be entertaining us now, or should we come
She's
back?
an almost centenary ghetto Fenris. Grandma has a very strong personality. She's a lovely woman. But she is a centenary guru. So, you know. She kind of leans in and puts her hand near her, on the side of her face. Grumpy old lady. Bit of a grump, you know.
Oh, Ramona was telling me.
See, I told you. No, people don't like people. And Veronica just kind of wide eyes. So, anyhow, Grandma's ready to see you now. And she motions her arm towards the bedroom.
Let's go.
Well then, shall we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we shall.
Bedroom is spacious enough, well, a bit tight with all of you fitting in there since it's very three big burly men. Two of you particularly big.
Hello, we are the uninvited guests. We have 3 big, burly, strong men to come visit you. What's up? Also, Bert and a weirdo.
So
And a little non-binary freak.
Wait, wait. That describes more than one person in this room. Wait a minute. Now hold up.
Mm-hmm.
As you enter, it's very cozy. It's a very classic old lady room. There's a massive bed right at the center. You're barely walked into the room. You're already at the foot of the bed. And very old lady lays on it. She's sitting up. Lots of pillows behind her, supporting her back. Long, frizzed up, grayish hair. Big horse. It's an incredible rarity for Guru to be this old. Usually, you know, kind of die in battle before that, but sometimes some of you get to live that long. Makes sense, it's a Theurge, even. She's covered in wrinkles, there's a few spots and markings showing her age around her face and hands and arms already. Though she seems still particularly healthy, even if old, and very aware of her surroundings. Thrall Guru are particularly resilient and age slightly different than humans. Same lifespan, but at a different pace still. And there's a small little wooden box sitting on her lap. So, you're the ones they sent. I see you're here. For that old thing.
Yeah.
Now, if you'll indulge me, of course. How's the Sept doing?
We're doing fine. We're doing good. Mostly.
Really?
Holding up for the most part. I heard there's like a Gorgon problem around, but I guess some people are gonna be solving that.
Gorgons, yes. I suppose the woods have been a little more active than usual. In fact, you should ask sweet little Veronica about it. She seems preoccupied with something. Oh, I know she doesn't like to bother my old bones with those things. If you were fine, why would you be here right now?
Well, they say it's just precautionary.
Precaution, eh? I see. There's a change to the winds. There's a change within the forest. I suppose you're still a bit young. Might be a bit harder to hear it. But you can, if you really put your hearts out to it.
We hear it. No worries.
Oh, you do? The changes? The twistling of branches? The unease? The calm before a storm? The unquiet that only deepest of silence can provoke? Oh, you are preparing, alright. But I suppose none of us do know for what exactly. Now, naturally, you know who I am. We love to sing tales of our old heroes and tales of renown. But I don't know you. Now don't be rude. Sing your own praises.
I don't know how much praise there is to sing. But I'm Torsten. Or, was a heart dripping with ink.
Moon.
I have a question.
Yep.
First of all, I want to acknowledge the extremely good cat moment on display here.
Oh, cat moment again. Hello, no, don't miss it this time. Look at the
Yes.
baby. Oh, she looks very similar to my cat. To one of my cats.
Yes. Little cute. Except for when she's not.
Yeah. Checks
She's
out.
also
Just so sweet.
shedding so much.
Mine are always
So
shedding.
much hair.
Perpetually. Anyhow, question.
Yes. I can't recall where I had Jakob's deed name,
Yeah.
or if I had one for him,
Ow.
You did,
because my brain just like decided to not register that information.
let me...
Defies the Riddler?
I don't remember if it was the Defies...
Oh shit, lol, I remember now.
I think it's Defies the Riddler.
I know how to find it. I know how to find it.
Players.
And where... I had posted it, but what? Did I put it somewhere else? Oh, I noted it not on Discord. I noted it in my actual notes. I am dumb.
It's okay, I can relate.
It is Defies the Riddler. Just wanted to make sure.
Let's go.
Sick.
Memory
Okay.
W.
Yeah,
Rare
no,
memory
Alexander
W.
is the happiest bear, Jakob is Defies the Riddler, Klaus is fiercest mother, Thorsten is heart dripping with ink, and Rotha is revels in folklore.
For a second, I misheard you. And I was like, I thought it was happiest bear, not heaviest bear.
No, I mean,
Well, Alexander's fattest bitch.
wow. 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 No, I mean, Helena technically would be the heaviest, because the woman is just massive. Mainly muscle. So not the heaviest, but definitely the happiest, especially if she's the point of comparison. But, Grandmother Constance goes, looking at Thorsten. Moon End. tribe, young cub.
What was that?
Moon and tribe. How about we start this differently? I am Elder Constance, Memories of the Spruce, Theurge Elder of the Get of Fenris. And you are?
I'm incredibly nervous to talk to this old, respectable person. I'm. My name is Thorsten, heart dripping with ink. Of the Sept close to Kempten, and Ragabush and the Bone Noah.
I see.
Member of. Did we commit to a pack name?
I don't think so. That could happen in a mood.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
talked
that would
about
make sense.
one.
Like we're discussing possibilities, but we still have to
I genuinely don't even remember any of the possibilities we discussed.
I sort of remember, but I feel like we were getting a bit too complicated with them, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
I guess we're just like shooting the shit.
yeah.
Well, you know,
Well, it's more
that
interesting to let like the name come from your actions anyway.
Yeah.
It's already shaping up to something considering what you've been doing.
Ooh.
Also, I keep getting bots and spam on my. It's restricted, so it's not even showing in chat. But like, you can.
Yeah.
Twitch as hell.
Friend.
She looks at
Hey,
the others.
if you're running a Twitch bot, you're cringe.
You're cringe.
I don't think it's controversial of me to say that.
I got hacked once on Twitch, and I almost lost my account twice because of Are you alright?
That was a sound effect that I made.
I see. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, got hacked and was used as a spam account, and I almost lost my Twitch account twice. I had to appear twice. Like first time was like, hey, I got hacked, and I recovered my account, so like I didn't do that. And then I guess they just forgot and tried to like ban me again. I was like, did you fucking forget? And then they gave me my account back.
They literally forgot.
They're forgo. Only I am allowed to do that. She looks over at the... Well, whichever of you wants to go next. She looks at the others.
Well, I guess I can have Jakob pipe up now that I've refreshed the memory drive of his deed name. But yeah, Jakob was just gonna like nod, kind of pull back his cap, nod towards her, and say, "I'm Jakob. I've been told people call me Defies the Riddler. I'm a Narun of the Heart Wardens."
I see. Actually, we're calling them Sky Singers. I'm not using the...
Oh shit! Fuck! My
no.
memory did a fart. Nah. Thanks for the reminder once again.
I shouldn't say this. Never mind.
We can leave that for later. But he says, yes, I'm an Arun of the Sky Singers.
I see. We'll pretend the clause has an introduction here. And you, young man?
Oh, it's the second time that I get to do this today. I've been named Alex, Happiest Bear. I'm a Kie of the Mountain Guardian.
Well, technically, I don't think Alexander is part of a tribe, because Goro tribes are a bit more informal, so just... Groki,
My
I guess.
understanding is that they're more of just like sort of where their lineage is from.
I mean,
kinda.
yes, but also, as I said, like, yeah, you know, you know.
I mean, I picked that one out of the 4. Again, they're very loose. They don't really do much for
Yeah, I
actual,
mean,
like,
I would say it's more...
outside of roleplay. They don't do that much.
Yeah, it doesn't, like, it essentially doesn't really matter.
I feel
like
Helena
Garou
probably
does.
helped him figure it. I imagine that Helena would have helped him figure out which one he was technically part of.
I mean,
But, like-
Helena would not give a fuck. She would be like, we are the only 2 Gurul in the entirety of Germany, likely Europe. Our tribe is ourselves, as far as I'm
That's
concerned.
That's true.
Well, regardless, Kie of the Gurul. And she
Yes.
smiles widely at that. Ah. So it is true. The bears are returning to this part of the world. Now that I'm very curious about. You're a fresh one. I know the soul has awakened with you, hasn't it? I can feel it. Spirits have told me. Doubt you would ever be in the mood for a visit. Not exactly disposed for traveling myself, but do tell your Burijan that I have sent my regards.
Okay, I'll make sure that she knows.
She nods sagely. And with that, she turns to the last one, completely ignoring the raven on Jakob's shoulder, apparently. And who's the dark gentleman accompanying you? That would be Verta backstabs the one. Ragabash of the Ghetto Fenris. He smiles. She smiles back and nods, still looking at him, and says, "And is that what he told you all?"
He told us that was his name, but he did not tell us that was his tribe.
Nope.
Well, to be fair,
Or
neither did you, so didn't exactly do formal introductions by Garou standards.
That's fair.
You
I guess,
see Romana ruffle up. And she jumps from one shoulder to the other. She's gonna do something.
Ooh.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. Oh.
Okay. Interesting. She ruffles up even more and jumps back towards the back and starts gawking. And Constant has a wicked fucking grin on her face. And when do you plan to take this worm thing out of my house? And Romana starts saying, "The filer! The filer!" Werther looks pissed. And I made it sound so easy.
Can it be on site for Jakob?
Absolutely. I was also think we just punch him for both
Oh
sides.
no,
Let's
yeah,
go.
everyone is squaring up. I'm just, we are closing this because, I mean, I'm not doing this without Klaus. I'm not letting him, and also because, Van Syme's running up, but let me just... Oh, and they made it sound so easy. You know, It's hard to get competent agents this day that get dates wrong. Should have killed the old bitch. Last night, the 3 fresh bops. Now that backstabber worm can do pretty well, and his eyes glow balefire red. His claws and teeth begin to grow just as their own, I'm assuming. And as it is about to come head to head, let's show you a bit of a spiral dance. And we are closing it here.
Fuck my life. Fuck our life. Collective.
Oh shit. Fuck. Oh no.
Well, we'll have something fun to tell to Julian if we survive.
Can you just walk it into the Sept? Like, I want to say, and I've been holding this for 4 fucking weeks now, when the other pack offered to come along with you, and one of you said, how hard could it be visiting an old lady? I was grinning like a maniac.
Yeah, of course.
Because I had this
Just
plan
an old woman.
for so long.
If anything, I was more scared of the old woman than anything else.
Oh yeah.
I was like, she's gonna beat our ass. She's gonna sense weakness in us, and she's gonna beat our ass.
I
It's
mean, also possible,
we
but I
all-
guess this is how you prove yourself to her.
We all knew that this was happening, but like we met this guy, he was outside, and we were all like, "Oh, we're gonna fight
See,
this man soon." But
what
what can you
happened
do?
was, the 2 of you got 3 successes, and he got 4.
Well,
He beat you by 1 success, because none of you spent willpower, and there was just no cost. Because the cost would be like, I don't know, like, oh, okay, you figure it out, but like, roll initiative, the fight starts, and that would have been anticlimactic, and I didn't want to have
Oh,
this
yeah.
fight without Klaus, so I was like, well... They already suspect him anyway, it's fine.
Okay.
And Romana, like, it's funny that I've made Romana Sheet so long ago, and I just happened to give her enemy ways that basically allows her to detect enemies. Because none of
It is-
you have sense worm either.
we are
Yeah.
currently very much like the wrong people are out for this. The gullible little bitches.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's going to
Yeah.
be, you're saying it's going to be funny telling this to Julia. It's going to be funny to tell this to Morag.
It is gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
hilarious telling this to Morak.
Like, so, anyway, you didn't miss much. Don't worry about that. Just, we're
We're
about
just
to...
fighting a black spiral dancer.
yeah, we're gonna start with a fight next time. Unspecific.
We brought a souvenir and we just like chucked the guy's head.
I mean, that would be... Honestly, if you
Listen.
bring this guy's head back
Yeah.
to the Sept, it's a fucking power move.
Which
Like-
are gonna be so cool.
It's like 200%. It's a get a Fenrir Sept. If you go out to fetch a fetish and you come back with the fetish and a black spiral head, it's like, well, I guess we're doing right challenges now. Like, that is a shower of renown if you do that.
Guess
Good
what,
to know.
motherfuckers? We did it.
Yeah.
Thorsten being like, why do we choose fighting? And then this guy shows up and is like, oh.
What
Why
is-
is violence always an option?
It is.
Why is it
there's
always
things-
the only option?
Same with the fucking stupid dream
Also-
sucker monster. Like some things are there to be fought.
I mean,
okay.
with the
Also,
with the thing that
really
was
fast.
sucking the life out of that girl. Technically, if you just did enough damage, you would run away. But then all of you had your initiatives before it, and then there wasn't even a chance for you
Yeah.
to run away.
We just beat the living tar out of that
Like,
thing.
you just
I
needed
did
to
wanna
scare
say
because that
really
was a
fast.
cowardly bane.
I want to say so fast because I don't know how I didn't make this joke before, but the Sept worships a Black Forest ham. You do realize that, right?
What?
Oh my fucking god. The fuck did you just tell me?
What?
The Black Forest ham.
It's a Black Forest ham. Because the Sept worships a boar in Black Forest, but it's a
Yeah.
Black Forest ham.
Okay.
So
thought
this
about
was
it
the
while
last
making
session in this game. We're ending this. We're
I'm
not
gonna
doing
all
this
over. I have to
anymore.
It was a good one, folks.
If we ever talk to the sparrow, we're gonna call him the Schwarzwälder Schinken. Let's go.
Wow. Wow. Anyhow, this is where we're closing. I don't want to hold vent for too long, so
I mean,
First-
you can hold me for.
I mean, I'll hold you.
Yeah.
I'll hold you.
I like being held.
Yeah.
We're all holding each
Heyo.
other. Ham.
I like holding.
Ham?
Holding ham?
Holding
Ham.
each other's ham?
We are getting too silly. First off, I'd like to thank all my beautiful players for being beautiful and for having amazing characters for the good session. And I'd like to thank all of our viewers, regardless if you're watching us live on Twitch at the day this game is happening or on YouTube when I remember to post the VOD, which this time should just take a day. Don't worry about that. Thank you all very, very much. Remember, as always, for those watching on YouTube, you can find all relevant information in the description. You can find information about the Werewolf the Essentials project, from which a lot of the changes to the lore and the world and whatnot are being pulled from. I am a writer, one of the writers for this project, which should be coming out in October, so we are very close to our release date. Help. But it's gonna
Please
be
help.
good. Thank you all so very, very much. We are live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. UTC or 5 p.m. -3 GMT in my case. Hopefully you can catch us live next time. I love you all. Have the good rest of your week. Take care. And good night. Bye-bye.
Night.
Right.
Bye.